Hi everyone, this is Cindy and I'm here to do a flip through of this bird themed journal. This is the first attempt. Usually I see a couple things I need to go back and fix, so we'll see how far I get. This one measures 5.5 by 8.5. It's made out of a file folder, and I didn't do a single thing to the cover because I just thought it was gorgeous. I loved everything about it. So it has 2 signatures and a lot of stuff in it, and I wasn't sure how to close it, but I thought I'd go ahead and do the hair tie and post closure, and I included another one of these hair ties so you can add it on here, and this thing can stretch even further if you make it if you add more stuff and make it wider. Okay, let's see what's in it. I did a slow stitch square of fabric, and it's got the bird on it, so I just stitched around it and for the front pocket. And inside are just a tag I made out of a children's book page and some music. And this is a card. It was some deck of cards I've gotten just on meditation and stuff like that on the back, I think. I'm not sure, but I like the picture of the bird, so that's why we included it. Each signature cover is this stationery paper that's made to go through like a printer. So it's got the blank place there, and I just left it blank, so plenty of writing space. And on the back I have stencils and feathers. And this is wallpaper, and of course you can write on the back of that. I'm sitting down, so okay, we'll try this sitting down. This is a piece of my post is making loud noises, so let me put that under it. Upholstery fabric, and I just added some trim to it and some flowers, made a pocket out of it. And here is another tag that's just collaged book pages, you know, birds from book pages and just different elements and stitched around. And on this side, this pocket was made from an oversized book page that I just folded it up and made a little flap at the bottom, sort of a little tuck spot. I've got a fabric cluster there, and this is what I call a messy journaling space. It's just some blank paper that I've done some stitching around, and then I just add a bird to kind of decorate a little bit. This is from just a paper thing, tags, I guess you would call it. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and that one had a pretty bird on it, so I included that. Here's another tag I made out of children's book page and music. It's just got a bird with a nest full of babies. This is coffee dyed paper, and this is a quilt block. Actually, it's 2 quilt blocks, 4 1-inch squares to make a block. And I bought this at a yard sale, and they'd already stitched the 2 together, so that's a perfect pocket. So I just stitched all the way around it just to secure the edges. And then this is just a tag made out of book page and stitched around. This is some scrapbook paper I'd made, these pockets that you included into the signature, and this is just, it's so close that it gets folded back. So let me just cut that a little more so it doesn't look folded all over all the time, and I'll make this one match fairly decently maybe. And the tag is just collage with a stamped feather and a book page and just different collage work on the back. And of course stitched around. This is on a slippery glass mat, so keep sliding away from me. Some ledger paper that I put a pocket that was just, this may have been an index card, and I just did some, it was a napkin that I had sprayed alcohol, my own version of alcohol inks on there, and just different splotches. Then I glued it like Mod Podge onto this, I think it's a index card, added the lace and the word and the mushrooms, and another collage tag. This is typing paper, and then a page from a house plant book. This is like children's writing paper, a tablet, and I just had this snippet that I just went and sewed a bunch of scraps of fabric together, and I just cut that and glued it onto the page for a border. This is a book page about birds. Here's what I call, I don't know what I call it, snippets. It's a border made out of little snippets, just little things. There's some of them are stamped, there's some fabric, there's a punch out, there's pictures of birds. That's from a book spine, and just different things. And I just glue them on a strip of paper and then make them, glue them onto a page to just make a border. There's some lined notebook paper that I coffee dyed, and it just blurred all the ink, which I think is fun. This is the pocket made from a book page. It had the bird's nest, so have a tag with a feather, and it tells all the different parts of the feather. That's from a bird book as well. And the design on the tag is washi tape. Of course, it's on music paper. And on this side, this is an origami drinking cup. And the only thing I did different was, instead of folding this flap down like I did here, I just glued it to the page and had the little bird peeking out. So it makes a cute little pocket. And here's another one of those, I'm going to call it a meditation card. This is some shiny paper that was in my stash. A large envelope, and I cut it so that, originally I was going to put it in the middle of the book, so I just cut the flap so that the signature strings could get in there. And I just have index card in there with a little bird on it. I think it's the same thing on both sides. Some fabric with the bird on it. And of course these envelopes could hold a lot more stuff as well. Okay, backside of the signature, you'll see the same papers. I'll just have different pockets and things on there. This is a envelope made out of a children's book page. I put washi tape there, a little messy journaling spot, some lace, and glued it on here as a belly band. So behind it is just a tag made out of book page and rickrack and a bird picture. Canadian goose. And let me slip it in there. Do I have anything in the pocket? Yes, I do. Something in there. It is a Willodex card with an actual photo, postage stamp and some book page on there, just to decorate it a little bit. Okay. This was, if you saw any of my older videos, I went to a yard sale. I guess you would call it a sale. I think it was the local Boys and Girls Club was selling stuff, and I don't know if they had it donated or if it was left in the school where they had their building, but anyway, they had a lot of restaurant supplies, and one of them was a box of these papers, you might hear it, that you put french fries in, little bags for french fries. So I just put music on it and some trim and then this bird picture and the word smile and just made a pocket. And that really reinforces that page, you know, that paper that french fry sack's made out of, because it's kind of thin. Anyway, this is a booklet with stamped image of a flamingo and a stamped sentiment. It says grace be with you, some doily, and then you just open it up. It's like a little booklet, and you write on the back as well, and it has lace on the spine. Okay, this is a book page from a children's book, and I folded it over because I had that recipe. I thought you might want it for how to make some bird feed. And then on this side, I made a tuck out of the fold, and I added this vintage lace and a cluster. And inside of it is this little it's really stuff for collage. And I think Rachel at Broxy's Creations did this as one of her challenges. I think it could have just been something she was doing, but you basically collect fabric and papers, which is a variety that you can use in collage, and then you she hand sewed hers. She didn't use the sewing machine, added a little bird there. So it's just like a little packet of collage materials. Robin sent me these cutouts of these birds and they're on fabric. And I glued this one to book page, a couple of thicknesses of book page, so it would be thicker, sturdier, and I made it into a little tuck. So it's a cute little bird. And this was just a tag I punched out of some leftover cardstock, and I added some book page and some cheesecloth and a picture of this red shafted flicker on there. Here's the other side of that pocket that's included in the signature. I just decorated it with lace and a picture of a bird. And I had this on my stash. I thought it was kind of neat. I put that little tab on the index card, so I got to remember that idea. And just different collage things and the picture of the bird. So that's in the pocket. And of course, it can hold more items as well. Get him in there. Okay. This is a pocket I made out of book page and fabric, and it's got the butterfly holds the flap closed. So when you open it up, there's a journaling card with a male mockingbird on there. You can write on the back. And I also made this pocket to be a belly band, a sideways belly band. No, I guess it's not sideways. The envelope sideways. And on this, it's just got different birds, and this is just some cardstock I made into a journaling card, and I edge punched the corners. This is that other side of that book page that was long, and I folded it up to be a flap, And on this one I put a fabric ruffle and a bird, and inside of it I've got a little notepad with scrapbook paper folded over, kind of like a tablet, and then just scrap papers in here, and I stamped bird images on the front. And this is a tuck just made out of book page and some napkin and a picture of a flower, some lace, and inside of it is another little booklet. And on this one I got lace on the spine, some lace here, the bird there, and this is Birds in Winter. It's, you know, when you buy a book of stamps, how it's got a little thing at the end, so that's what that is. Just tells what the stamps are. Okay, believe it or not, that's just the end of the first signature. And I've got some loose paper here. What is that? Just a scrap. Okay, second signature, same cover. And this is a pocket made out of a note card, so you can open it up. You get all this writing space where it said thank you or whatever. I just collaged over it and put in this, made it into a pocket, and put in this journaling booklet. It's got this real pretty vintage lace on it, and of course different collage elements. We have some more wallpaper. This is an old recipe they included, and another one of these envelopes. It's two-sided envelopes is in the signature, decorated with lace and the bird picture. And this is a bridge tally sheet, and I just put a cluster on there with a bird. It slides in there, and then I think on the flap I had another cluster and a butterfly. This is from like an old vintage catalog that's just reproduction. And another tuck made out of napkin and just an image, and then a little bit of lace and trim. And I put a guest check in as the writing element. And this is a stamp. I just use different colors of ink to make the flowers and the leaves. Some scrapbook paper, and then that feather is from a children's book, one of the bird books. Okay, this is a pocket. I'm not sure what it's made of. It's a yellow pocket. It was in my stash. And I just decorated it with this stamp and some lace and this bird. And then I took another one of the fabric birds that Robin sent me, and I think it looks gorgeous on this. Just a piece of paper, scrapbook paper, that I added some collage to, and then that fabric bird, and it's a really cute little journaling card. Just some journaling space there. This is a pocket made out of vintage fabric, and it's a size like this, and it's cut like this, and then you just fold it in half to make the pocket, and I stitched around it. Added a butterfly, and inside of it I have a small tag that I just stamped birds on, and then another little booklet that's got a faux stamp on it, and a hummingbird, and some lace on the spine, and just different decorations so that you can still write on the back. My book keeps sliding. Here's another book page that I folded over and made a tuck out of it and put some lace. And I have another one of those collage booklets. So you got lace and fabric, and this little bird picture, I think he's glued on, so he could come off and be put on some tag or whatever you're going to make out of all this collage stuff. So anyway, just different papers and fabrics just tucked in here, and that could come out easily if you don't want it in the journal while you're trying to write. Here's another border just made out of scraps of fabric. This is wallpaper border that had, I think they're birdhouses. I'm not really sure, but anyway, we're going to make them birdhouses. Another guest check. This has got some scraps on it, and this big bird. You can write on the back. The inside signature has got the envelope again, and inside of it, index card with birds on it. I had one of those bird books that had just the birds in the perfect size, so you had lots to choose from. Here's another one, same thing, just collage with a bird on it. You can write on front and back. This is a paper clip made out of book pages, and I just added home tweet home, and then the two birds with their nest. Tablet paper. This is the other side of that book page that I made a tuck on the other side. On this one I just did it so you can open it up and see the birds in the nest. Bits again made into a border, and just got a bird there and some stamping images and something from a catalog and just different things. Here's a pocket made out of a business envelope that I collaged around and put a little bird there. And the tag's got a Bob White quail and a big old mushroom. And he goes in here. You see the quail through the pocket. There's still plenty of room to write on some of the pages and plenty of room to decorate, but I had to stop because it was getting too full. Another messy journaling spot with a little parrot on there. And on this pocket, this is from another book, I believe, and it's got the bird, and I added this trim, fabric trim, and the tag is made out of a book page with some lace on the top, and all of it's been stitched around. Here's the other side of that pocket that's in the signature, decorated with the hummingbird and some a fabric ruffle. I got some, oh, that's on the different page. Never mind that part. The journaling card is a cardinal and a fabric cluster, and I just cut it out around it with my decal scissors, so it's kind of got a deckled edge and writing space on the back. And this, I just put some washi tape on the back of that paper. You got plenty of writing space here, and on the back pocket is an envelope. It's a little bag, little paper bag, and I put some book page on there and a bird. Did a little, this is a stacked sticker, so the black is actually a sticker, and I just took little bits like I used on those borders and just glued them on to this sticker, and then when I was ready to use it, I just pulled it off the page and stuck it on there. And in the pocket, I glued the little flap thingy up to make a pocket, and I've got some blank cards, or not cards, tags that you can use to decorate. And then I did decorate one with some fabric on the top and a picture of a bird. And I'm not sure if I put anything on the inside. Oh yes, I did. Some different bits and pieces to work with inside. So we got another real postage stamp and a bunch of stamped images of birds, because I found this stamp set after I made the journal. It's birds and feathers, and it's got script writing in the middle of them. And I think one of them, not any of these, but one of them had like music notes stamped in there. So I've got that in the bag, and of course it can hold more. And this comes with a whole envelope of other goodies to work with. And that's what I was keeping the knob from hitting on the glass with. Okay, so anyway, this is the bird journal. If you're interested in it, I'm going to have it for sale on my Etsy shop. There should be a link below this video. And I thank you guys for sticking with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.